Gretsch, second fastest man on the track here. He's only 200ths of a second off the speed of Jordan Lloyd, but he's 4.5 seconds off the pace courtesy of this battle. Oh, big lock up, that one from Goddard. Saves it.
He locked both fronts then, didn't he? There was right front, left front.
Now, if Randall can get a good enough exit, he might be able to fight with Tom Gretsch down the front straight, but Gretsch has opened up a good 4 or 5 car lengths and maybe enough to get away. Brown, the one to watch. Where does Goddard put the 93 BRM? Does he defend? Or does he leave the door open? They've both got a bit of a run up on Randall. No change for position this time. Unless Brown can stick around the outside, he can't. Entertaining stuff. This battle for second is a beauty.
So Gretsch now just needs to try and break that toe, put his head down and start chasing Jordan Lloyd, who's well and truly up the road. 4.5 seconds. Oh, look, this is a late move by Goddard. Oh, too deep. He tried. Good on him for having a go, but just a little bit late in the braking zone to make that one stick.
Randall was watching, looked in his mirrors, saw him coming, left the door open, didn't want to get sideswiped, and officially put out of the championship hunt. Now it's Vernon's chance to make the most of Zane Goddard's aggressiveness. Will Brown up to 4th, and here is Lewis Leeds on the back of Harry Hayek.
They're actually not that far up the road. If you have a look over Lukey, he's caught. Remembering he gave about 200 metres head start. So, and this is on here now, so Jimmy Vernon closing up onto the back of Zane Goddard. Who's still, he's lost a fair bit of momentum out of that move. There they are, 2 cars up the road. So Leeds behind Harry Hayek. Let's watch how much slipstreaming advantage or toe he gets down the front straight this time around.
6th gear. Tucked in behind the BRM. You see Vernon going the high line around Goddard up ahead. Top speed.
Here it comes.
Vernon backs out of it. Goddard does enough on the defensive to hang on to that spot. Still with that 5-second penalty looming, and Leeds is wild and wild. Out through the sign.
Lewis.
That was a monster moment. Whoa, at 200 k's an hour, trying to hold it flat. It was always going to come unstuck for anyone. The violence of that impact on the grass, enough to knock the mirrors off the stems.
Good save. So I think what happened there, he got so close halfway through the corner, he just lost front downforce. So the car understeered wide. Oh, let's hope they give each other room there, which they do. Good move, Jimmy Vernon ran the outside of Zane Goddard. So Zane, who was really quick, just got shuffled back a bit. So back to Lewis Leeds. That would have got his attention. I'd say just lost front grip by being right under the gearbox of Harry Hayek, and that pushed him wide. Oh, it's still on here. Oh.
This is seriously aggressive stuff. Cameron is wincing watching these two go at it. They are using all of their nous and aggression here, driving these things like go-karts, and amazingly avoiding damage. Here's the moment in the background as Leeds was so close to hanging on to that. Gets the first one, really gets the second Cooper sign.
I bet he closed his eyes at that point. So watch here. Leeds, and then just got a bit too close, really. Misjudged it. Look at this. Woo. Full lock. Stay out of the gravel, which he did. And back on.
Here we go.
Oh, look at this. Will Brown all over the back of Randall. Randall ran the inside line, though.
Randall holds on. Oh, and Brown gets a bit of the styrofoam from the Cooper sign. No harm done. Should persevere. It looks like the left front tyre is a little bit dirtier as a result. Hayek has caught Vernon. And this battle here, given that Goddard's going to get a 5-second penalty, is for pole. So Vernon v Hayek is for pole in race 2. So it's between 25 is sideways and 26.
He actually lost a fair bit of momentum then, Jimmy Vernon, just getting a bit sideways, straight up the inside, the over and under. Let's hope they don't touch. They do touch. Wheel-on-wheel contact. And side-by-side again up through the hay shed.
This is going to end in tears for someone. Hayek wants to be a part of the battle. Came in shallow through hay sheds. Aborted the move on the approach to Lukey Heights now. This is going to be a 3-way battle down the front straight. Anyone going to make a move at MG? No. Wowzers, this is seriously intense stuff. Here it is again. Last minute move to the inside.
Which was fair.
Yep, Goddard gave him room, but they were just on top of each other.
Not quite enough room, was it?
Millimetres in it. Now, Brown this time should make the move stick on Randall. He's got the perfect exit, the perfect slipstream. He just needs to do what Gretsch did and be strong and tough around the outside. Gretsch is watching it all unfold in his mirrors. Who will prevail? AGI versus Dream. And he has followed his teammate through beautifully.
So Will Brown now up to third, and oh, is that Gretsch? It's gone
no.
wide. Has he got a problem, or is he? It looks like he's got a problem. He's running around. Rotten luck for Tom Gretsch.
He is the most unlucky guy in the field by a mile. It's like every round this guy just has a little gremlin.
Can you believe it? So here comes Randall now down to the inside of Will Brown. Is he close enough? Jeez, I tell you, you wouldn't know there's a championship on the line here. Will runs the inside. He'll try and slow the mid-corner speed up a little bit. Vernon, this battle's still going on to try and get onto that front row.
Oh, and Randall's wide out of Siberia. That's going to cost him any chance of getting that spot back. Meanwhile, Hayek and Vernon side by side through the hay sheds. This is usually flat out through here. Vernon's got his nose in front. And Harry just sneaks in behind him. Now, those two will start in the front row for the second race coming up later today. If things stay the way they are, the Lang & Simmons driver will have pole position by the looks of it. Far out, this is seriously kicking off.
So a small field this weekend, but a quality field. There's no doubt the racecraft is exceptional. They're giving each other a tiny amount of room, but it's classy racing for drivers so new into their racing career, which is great to see. And
this time Harry's got it. Through he goes. That'll be for 5th overall after Goddard gets the 5-second penalty. And Vernon wants to drive the highway around Southern Loop. Not going to happen. Tell you what, they've spent their tyres in this one. They're going to be running around on some fairly second-hand Hancocks at the end of the weekend tomorrow.
Still 28 laps more to go, and Lewis leads into the pit, so that's a real shame for Lewis.
Drove the wheels off that thing trying to get it back up the field. Jordan Lloyd is on his penultimate lap and he's nowhere to be seen. Randall somehow going to get away with third here. Could have been worse if Gretsch didn't have the issues.
Absolutely.
But could have been second if he could have just hung under the back of Will Brown. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Just get a gut feeling this is not over yet. I think Jimmy Vernon certainly quite speedy in the second half of this race. And Harry Hayek needs to try and finish as close to Will Brown as he can for the rookie championship.
Yeah, Brown's definitely going to take the lead of the Burson Rookie of the Year award in this race. But the inversion will help out Harry Hayek for race 2. It'll be the last lap this time by. It looks like things have settled down at last, because it was a baker's dozen of frantic laps there. I wonder if Leeds had to come back into the pits courtesy of that excursion through turn 1. He's back on the track right now, but in an awkward spot.
Yeah, so he lets everyone pass, which is a smart option. Stay out of the way. So, yeah, maybe fill the radiator with some polystyrene foam, I would say.
7 seconds is the lead. Jordan Lloyd back to Will Brown. Here is the Cars Galore 99. Randall still under pressure. The car just never looked good. Now we can enjoy what's going on at the front. We haven't had much of a chance to look at this young man in this race because he's been, well, perfect out front. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Been turning nice, consistent lap times, can look after the tyres. Exactly what he wants. He'll have to start from 5th in race 2. And given the form that he's in, I won't be surprised if he does what he did at Sandown and just drives straight around everyone.
Yeah, certainly confidence is just so much in motorsport, but see how stable the car looks too, Chad. BRM have really got the setup right on this Magale F4 chassis, particularly on the high-speed circuits. It probably struggled a little bit on the Gold Coast, but it looks so well balanced, but he's driving it just inch perfect and in a class of his own, no doubt. And going to stretch that championship lead. Still a long way to go. One more round, but all class so far today.
2 races to go, but the first one will go to BRM's Jordan Lloyd, his 10th win already in this season that has been kicking along nicely towards Phillip Island. That was one of the best races in Cam's Jayco Formula 4 that we have seen. Frankie Maiolo will bring home the rest of the pack in 7th. Wood, Gretsch, Leeds will finish behind him, but that was great stuff. Lloyd, Brown, Randall, Goddard, Hayek is that top 5 in the end. And we will see Goddard slap with a 5-second penalty, which will just push him outside the inversion. And he'll have to start from 6th for the second race. But unbelievable. It's 16 races or 17 races that we've had in this championship. 16 now. This guy's won 10 of them. He has been dominant. Stretches that championship lead out, which is the most important thing. And he'll be happy to know that Randall didn't finish second. He finished 3rd.